Hello! Howdy! Welcome to the after show for my latest song, Enough. This is a stream to showcase the creation process of my latest song, and to feature the talented artists who helped make the MV possible. If you haven't seen the music video yet, that's okay. We'll be playing the music video and chatting over it to start. After that, we'll have a presentation to outline the creation process where each of us will discuss our perspectives, and preemptively, the artist for this MV is not here, but did send us lots of fun discussion points. So we will be discussing that during the presentation. But if you have to leave at any point during this live stream, don't worry. This live stream will be unlisted after it's finished. The recording will be available in the After Shows playlist on my YouTube page. So let's begin with introductions of all these people who are here that you've never seen before. First, hi, my name is Circus. I wrote this song that you see, the song Enough, and my pronouns are he, him. Now who's that? Who's that grain over there?
Who's that?
Wow.
Hi, I'm Rice. I've been in every after show thus far, so far. I animated the video for Enough, and I also did the character design and initial sketch, which I forgot I did until I was putting this together.
Yeah.
And then the amazing artist that we worked on is Sakon. They're Sakon Lier on Twitter. I'm going to link them into the chat now. They're amazing, and we're going to go into what they did. Well, they drew. But we're going to go into their contribution stuff through the stream. They sent us lovely notes for us to read. They couldn't make it, but, you know. So follow them on Twitter.
Yeah, click the link in the chat. Follow them on Twitter.
In the chat.
And also,
Sakon Lier on Twitter.
before we get to the MV, let me know how the volume balance is, because on my end, Rice, you were very in the red.
I'll turn my mic down. Sorry.
I'll turn you back up to make up for that. Let's make sure it sounds okay.
Sorry.
Are you too quiet now? Who knows? We'll find out.
All right, cool.
We tested a lot of stuff before stream, but we never audio balance before stream because we just go with the flow. So if it bothers you guys, speak up. Let us know. All right. So first, let's watch.
Everyone says it sounds fine. Okay, let's go.
Cool. All right, let's watch
Let's watch the MV.
the music video.
Yay! We did this whole thing of making the vocalist a secret, and that's right at the beginning. But
Yeah, but it's fine.
I mean, I think people might not have recognized her if we didn't say it in the beginning.
Yeah. It's a bit awkward to talk over like vent songs.
I was gonna comment on like, it's very easy as a video editor when you're working with like, so I'm like a character illustrator. I don't do like backgrounds or things like that. It's so nice working with art that's like big like backgrounds. Everything is so gorgeous, and I'm like, I could just pan the camera over this all day. No graphic design needed.
Every bit of it's just gorgeous.
It's so pretty. It's ridiculous. Like the art for this goes ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get into it, but I put this video together like a year ago.
You started, but then you finished it up fairly recently.
Okay. I started it a year ago. Okay, I feel weird talking over this. Hold on.
Okay.
This song was crazy. Oh, you got a super chat.
Oh wow. Spencer Tennant? Spencer, wow, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
Thanks for being you. Aw, shucks.
The song is a bit quiet, says chat.
Oh, well they said the music was... I'll turn it up.
No, but I started this a year ago, and so when I went back in to finish it, all the layers were a mess and everything was everywhere, and I was like, who made this? So I was fighting with myself. Oh, there, the that's kind of the equivalent of LOL in Chinese. It goes like ha 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 ha.
Oh yeah.
I know I acknowledge that in English it sounds kind of like you're heavy breathing, but it makes sense to me, the Chinese person's. So consider that.
Yeah. I still love these visuals. They're so cool.
Yeah, thank you. I was struggling with what to put on the cards, but I'm glad it came out good. I feel like it still could have been a bit stronger, but it's fine.
I think it fits.
Yay!
I like it.
I wanted to do a slightly simpler video editing style for this one. Very old school, Circus P. Hai's belting goes crazy.
I've been saying.
So good.
That's why Hai has always been my favorite synth. She was the first one I bought. And it's because
he be yelling.
She can belt.
Also, I like this, when the cartoon effect on this, you can see just how crazy this art goes. It's so good.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, don't worry. This will be archived after. It'll be unlisted. It'll be the pinned comment. So good. So good.
I'm really happy with everything about this. I think the art and the video editing just goes off so much.
So good.
Yeah. Love it.
Love it.
So there's a few things I was going to say about the song, but the first part of the presentation is mine about the song. So I saved it a little bit. I started this song on February 10th of 2021. And that means that if you aren't a patron, then my Patreon release schedule is as follows. It's I normally take 2 months off at the start of the year. I don't release a song in January or February, and I just kind of use that to catch up with like stuff that I've been missing or stuff that I haven't had time to do and stuff. So this song wasn't written for Patreon. There was no vocalist pull. There was no prompt. There was no like official reason to write this song. I went into this song kind of wanting to write just a song without any prompt outside of write an English song for Hai. Because for a lot of the other songs I had written at the time, I had a goal or an idea. I was like, I want to write in this genre. I want to write about this theme. I want to do something with this song. This one was like, the thing that I want to do with this song is make it for Hai. So that's all this was, which is kind of why it became a vent song and kind of a word barf song in a way. A lot of other songs, I tend to start with the chorus and I start with the drop. And I think this one, I started from the start and built out.
That's cool.
So as you are listening to the song is kind of the progression that I was writing in. And so in regards to timing, it's been over a year, but I can safely say that I was going through it at the start of 2021. Because you want to know what song I wrote immediately after this? I immediately wrote Round and Round right after this song. So Enough and Round were written
back to back
within a week, I think, within a week or two. This is, with this song, I kind of wanted to I didn't even want to go with a specific style. Like a lot of the times I'm like, oh, I wanted to do this genre. Oh, I wanted to call back to like my 2015, 2016 style. This one was like, I'm just going to write whatever I feel like. And so it still came out kind of like, it came out like a mixture of, I would say, my current musical style and my older musical style, which was really fun. It has a lot of those like dubstep electro themes that I did in 2015 to, why did I say 2015? In 2015 to 2016. But it also had a lot of modern stuff like the sampled instrument and the dynamics and the swelling and all that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of fun to compose and produce.
I feel like it's like a more polished like upgrade. I think it's safe to say it's like an upgrade from your like old quote unquote iconic style, but it feels like much more polished with all the like skills and stuff that you've like developed, and like it just feels like a lot cleaner.
No,
I remember you sending it to me and I was like, whoa.
I'm glad. Yeah, it was I was really proud of it. And lyrically, I wanted to write a song that I hadn't written just like a vent song in a while, and the verses are much more word barf than the chorus. The chorus I did kind of have a goal with. I wanted to test out repeating the same word because I thought it fit with the theme of the song, because the song is enough in both you've had enough and you can't get enough. So I wanted the chorus to lull you into thinking there's going to be some other word said here than enough. Something's going to rhyme with enough. And it never does. There's only enough. You know? Like, you only have enough. Or you never have enough. It's that type of like, the only time that I think it breaks the rhyming scheme is at the end chorus where there's the held out but I. So the only thing that breaks through the constant repetition of enough is the singer, is I, you know? So it's a bit of an artsy take.
Cool. It's so cool. It's so cool.
But I wanted it's purposeful repetition. And I kind of, because, you know, when you're writing, especially pop music, you're told never to repeat words. I think in prose a lot, it's like that as well. Like when you're just writing whatever, it's like, if you say that they walked down the street, next you have to say they strolled down the path. You can't say that they walked in 2 sentences in a row. You can't say the same noun in 2 sentences in a row. You know, you've got to always be changing it up. And I kind of wanted to also play on that and make it like uncomfortably repetitive. So, which I thought reflected the vent emotions of it, because again, I was going through it round and round, as you can see, both enough and round. Like the end of the song repeats the same thing that you hear at the start of the song. They both have lots of cycles in them. But so I initially wrote this because I had been working on a lot of other stuff, possibly to utilize with Hai, but I'm not sure when that would happen. And this one was going to go with those other things I was working on. But after I finished writing the lyrics and tuning Hai from the vocals and hearing how great Hai belts, I was like, okay, I've got to use this for something. I've got to post this early.
It's so good.
I can't just hold on to this for like 3 years. I've got to...
Yeah, imagine having finished MV you're holding on to for 3 years.
Yeah.
You got a super chat.
Oh, another one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, it just popped up for me. Dorost, thank you so much for the super chat. So true, so cute. Thank you.
Thank you.
But so I decided, I think it was around August, right?
Probably. Yeah, I think this was one of the songs when we first started what would be. So the CMYK project started as just like Circus giving me all his songs and putting them all in a spreadsheet and going, okay, here's the ones I think I want MVs for.
Yeah. So
this technically preceded
this
the
was,
CMYK project.
There's a lot of jumping around of what I'm about to say. I think like that we could just jump around slides, but this song was initially not even going to be part of CMYK, but was just going to be released as like a single. It was just going to be like made as an MV. No matter, we're just going to make this MV, and then I think we added it on to CMYK once that started to form. You know? Yeah.
The reason we posted it yesterday, by the way, is because yesterday was Hai's birthday. July 22nd was Hai's birthday, and so okay. So I don't know if anyone cares enough or anyone's keeping track of it, but each EP, each era of CMYK has had one bonus track, except for Yellow, because Yellow had the whole trailer. Yeah. But for Magenta, the bonus track was Marco Polo, and that was released on the 1st of August, because all of the CMYK MVs have been kind of in the middle-ish of the month for each release.
And it was April, right? April 1st. It was kind of like also
April 1st. Yes, I don't know what I said.
Yeah.
Marco Polo was the bonus for Magenta, and Enough is the bonus for Cyan. But it was posted. But Enough is the bonus for Cyan, even though it's in the regular time slot. We pushed Center Stage to the 1st of the month because we wanted to post this at Hai's birthday.
Yeah. So if you're looking at the EPs and looking at the patterns that are being set with the song releases, each EP has 3 MVs that are planned.
3 MVs and 1 bonus.
I don't think we fully have a bonus for every single one, but
not for Yellow, because Yellow was very early on.
Yeah.
Yellow, the bonus is the actual announcement trailer, is what I'm considering it.
Yeah. So because of that, each EP kind of has a bonus thing. Yellow was the trailer.
Yeah.
Marco Polo was for Magenta. So this was the bonus for this one.
This is the bonus for Cyan.
This song
that had to be posted today that day because it was Hai's.
Because it was Hai's birthday, and we thought it would be.
And
perfect.
It was on Friday, and we were like, we gotta post it on her birthday because it's on a Friday. Because they all release on Fridays, if you didn't notice.
And you know who else's birthday was yesterday?
Hey, let's move on.
Hey, let's move on. Let's move on. That a certain grain.
Oh wait. You're gonna do this to me?
Yeah, I'm gonna do this to you.
In front of all 97 of our viewers?
In front of all 18,000 of our viewers, I'm gonna ask them to wish you a happy belated birthday. Yes. and also Selena Gomez, and also Nico Love Live.
Gomez, and also Nico Yahosa.
Yeah. There's a lot of birthdays. Oh yeah, there's a lot of birthdays yesterday.
There's a lot of birthdays.
Yeah. So there they go. There they go. Say hi to the birthday grain.
No, it was yesterday. Thanks.
But yeah, then
this is embarrassing.
Sorry, but it was that's how it has to happen.
I feel like I'm in a restaurant, and instead of the waiters coming over, every single patron of the restaurant got up out of their seats to sing happy birthday to me. Anyway, hi, I did the video and also the character. Here, go to the next one.
Okay.
So we started this work on this video in August of last year, as we mentioned. I apparently did the character designs. I have no memory of this.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. I was like looking through the after show for stuff to post, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I designed this."
Yeah.
So this very original design, very groundbreaking design of a black dress. I did that.
It was really cool still because it's very like I remember you specifically used the ship rope and like all the ocean aesthetics because I think because Hai, and also I think at the time I was so like telling you how much I liked weren't we also vaguely looking at like what was it Sailor Lolita?
Were we designing? I think we're designing Dolphin at the same time.
Yeah, I think
just
this
to give you
Dolphin.
a sense of how weird this timeline is. We were also doing Dolphin at the same time. Also, Spencer, watch out. But yeah, so Circus is very into the big like sea aesthetic, the ocean. That's why Hai is his favorite.
Yeah, like she's just got great colors, and it's the ocean.
She's got a great design,
and she can belt. Like I mean, that was a standard voice bank that you guys heard in.
Yeah. She's not. That wasn't AI, by the way. We want AI in our mouths, please, right now. Dreamtonics Medium 5, please give us.
Yeah, I was really hoping that AI would be released in time for me to update the song because the tuning has been done for almost a year. But
we were like, oh man, this sucks. When Hai AI comes out, we have to redo the tuning, and they never did. You got a super chat.
Oh wow, Cyrus, thank you so much. Inspiring me to be vocally producer and music producer in general. Your songs are relatable, and I love them all so much. Aw, shucks, thank you so much.
You'll surpass him soon.
Yeah, you will surpass me. You will be bigger than all the clowns in the circus.
The Osayan. What else did I have to say about this design? I wanted to put barnacles on her. I had to give her a little hat because she doesn't feel like Hai. She doesn't have a little hat.
It's integral to her silhouette.
It's integral to her silhouette, yeah. Yeah, give us Hai AI, please, begging, please.
I'm so excited.
And everyone else too, also.
Yeah.
And when Shiran AI comes out and Circus makes 10,000 million songs with her, then what? Anyway, the next slide. Apparently, I also did the concept art for this MV. I also have no memory of this.
Maybe you were just so busy at the time.
What was called August? I guess I was. But so I had no memory of this, but then it all came back to me. I wanted it to feel like, you know, being overwhelmed. The waves are coming crashing down on her. She's drowning. You know.
Yeah.
Girl, help! I'm lost out at sea.
Yep.
And then, so Sakon, which we're going to introduce in the next slide, but Sakon has some notes about this, because these are the sketches that I gave to Sakon, and so Sakon gave us notes, and we're going to read it out loud, but I figured, hey, if we're going to read it out loud, I should have it on screen too, because, you know, accessibility. So I guess I'll just read this one?
Yeah, we'll alternate back and forth between reading Sakon's notes.
So Sakon says, Rice already giving me concept and composition idea, and it's always a great help to get visual direction, no matter how simple it is. There are several times when I was working on illustrations for another MV. Actually, I won't hear the song until it was released. I think it's understandable because have different project management, deadline issues, and confidential related stuff. So it was nice that I could get to know how the overall mood of the Enough song beforehand, so I can decide the expression and pose for Hayi later.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, I feel like a lot of people, like a lot of times when other projects, like everyone gets kind of hired at the same time, and so they don't even like hear the song. So the fact that we're like coming in with all these finished songs, I feel like it's nice.
Yeah. So maybe now would be a good time to talk about Sakon.
Who also drew this really, really pretty drawing.
Yeah, this gorgeous
for the release.
Gorgeous illustration for the release that just was an extra fun little bonus that is on Twitter.
They just kind of posted it. You're like, ha!
So please retweet it. Please go follow Sakon and retweet this illustration because it's so cool and transparent and pretty.
It's so cool.
But so Sakon, speaking of like inviting Sakon to this project, when did we posted on looking for artists forum?
I think that was around July.
And we got quite a few people who over 500 people who applied, and
I had to tag all of them and put them in a database. I saw every one of them. I had to look at it. I looked at every one of them. I put every one of you in the database. You're all in there.
And we saw these illustrations, and I remember seeing this and being like, wait a minute, I recognize that child artist. I recognize that Tartaglia artist, you know?
I didn't because I wasn't into Genshin at the time.
But I was like, whoa, they draw such cool water stuff.
Yeah, so the reason, as you can obviously see from the MV, probably pretty obvious, the reason that we hired Sakon to do this is because of their incredible water rendering.
Yeah, we knew immediately that I don't think we even had enough plan to put on CMYK at all. Then we were like, but I don't even think we even planned to release it with CMYK even after we contacted Sakon. We were like, regardless of what we're working on right now, Sakon showed an interest in being commissioned for an MV, and we have this song that, even though it's for something completely different, let's hire them right now. right now.
So their water rendering is what really caught our eye. Pays to be a child fan, I guess.
And I just seeing all their Genshin art is so cool. Rice,
look, these are kind of our favorite Genshin characters.
Rice strategically picked the two illustrations that Sakon drew of both of our favorites. Mine's Gu Tao, and Rice's is that guy, Chongyun.
I guess. Probably, I don't know. I don't really have a favorite Genshin character, but he's like, see, whatever. So
this was an example of the illustrations that Sakon had sent to us in the artist form. And then over time, we immediately saw these, and we were like, okay, we need to commission them for something.
Yeah, I want to mention that after we commissioned them, Sakon worked very quickly, and we're gonna get into this later, but I think they were done within a week. Yeah, definitely less than 2 weeks. It was super fast.
It was incredibly quick.
And then we made them wait for a whole year for the MV. Yeah. I'm sorry, Sakon.
Still not the longest I made someone wait though, but
anyway.
But so these are examples of, I think, personal illustrations that Sakon has done.
Yeah, these are all fan art.
And then this next slide showcases commercial illustrations.
Yeah, so after we commissioned Sakon, we were like, wow, that was they were so nice, they were so great to work with, so talented. Wow, I hope we can work with them again. And we all go on our merry way, and we like turned and like not the next day, but when did Hololive ID Indonesia?
I'm not. I remember because I mean
it was fairly recent, like only a few months ago, right?
Yeah, so I was so surprised because I was like, hold on, there's some like background noise that I'm gonna turn off.
Okay, well, I'm gonna talk. So I don't usually follow like a lot of. I'm vaguely like kind of like interested. I'm like second removed from being interested in VTubers, so I don't usually see Hololive like content on my timeline. And so I remember this day I like looked and there was like Hololive content on my timeline, like, oh, the new Indonesian branch, that's cool, but who posted it? Why and for what reason? And I looked, and it was Sakon because Sakon drew the key art for Hololive Indonesia.
For me, it was funny because I was keeping up with all the debuts because I was like, I'm really interested to see what they do. And then I see official key illustration and I was like, oh wait, that art looks fairly familiar. Wow, I wonder if I recognize the artist. And then it's Sakon, and I'm like, what?
And then like the Beyonce gift, like Sakon. Also, I just realized we totally cut off. What's her name? Is it Nazuna? We totally cut off the girl's head on the right illustration.
It's okay. It's okay.
Or Nezuko. It's right there. Dude. Not Nezuko. Sorry, Nezuko. Well, yeah. So Sakon has done all these like really cool like commercial illustrations as well, and I don't know, they're just so cool.
It's so fun to see the contrast in like it kind of like supporting like someone who like, because once I feel like, you know, once you commission an artist, it's kind of like they you kind of get to see their style, and then you kind of your eyes are on them, so then you kind of get to see them grow, you know.
We're mutuals,
and
now we're like
and then seeing them like you kind of want to root for their success. Well, I always root for like as many artists' success as possible, but especially like the ones that I work with, and to see Sakon do such great things. So,
it was so cool.
It was so cool.
Kind of funny.
It was also really funny.
Like Sakon?
Yeah. Deserved though.
Deserved, and good for them.
So the process.
I hope Hololive commissions them for the rest of their lives. Or not. I don't know.
So the process started with these sketches, which we got within the day, right? Like we got.
Yeah, I think it was the day or the next day. Yeah. Sakon already sent us sketches for poses.
Yeah. And I remember we looked through the poses and we were trying to decide which one fit the song the most, because they were all pretty good. I remember I was leaning towards.
I think it was the one where she was holding herself, and the last one, the one where she's just kind of like standing with.
Yeah.
Those are the two that we were kind of between. And
we ended up going with the one where she's kind of.
Well, I think we said those two, and then Sakon sent us more sketches later.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then we decided from there.
Is there notes here?
The next slide.
Oh yeah, there's this.
And these are just the versions of them that were like with the background.
Yeah.
And then Sakon has some notes.
Good for thumbnailing, and good for like.
And you can see the date on the bottom right.
Oh yeah.
You
August
really
2021.
almost a year. I'm sorry.
That's how
the timelines for these projects are funny. At any given moment, we're probably working on something you'll see in like a year or maybe 3. Anyway, so Sakon has some notes. Do you want to read it?
Yeah. Sakon notes about these is I love to make alternate drafts, and I think it's better to give an option for the team which one is the best. Making a draft usually is a mix and match, and based on my experience, we can connect each draft to make a new one, which makes it an interesting stage when doing an illustration for others. When I started doing the rough sketch and working on the detail, usually I always come with questions. In this early composition, I don't know where Hai will be standing in the middle of the ocean, so I thought, what if there's a rock there? Is it okay to put a rock out of nowhere? Also, in this sketch stage, I made the rough color for the waves following the concept idea. The ocean should be blue, but how dark is the color? When in doubt, it is better to ask, I guess.
Teehee. Say teehee.
Oh yeah, teehee. But I think I got distracted in forgetting to mention that the song was done. Sakon said earlier, Sakon got to hear the entire song basically finished.
Yeah.
So
which probably was pretty helpful.
Yeah, and I try and have. So the reason that it takes a year, I think, for a lot of songs to get done is I try and have the song, or at least the fully outlined draft, like maybe like 90% mix that I'll touch up later, done before I even think of making an MV for it. The song process, my part of the creation process is always done before I ask for a video editor or illustrator. We always and because of that, that means that a lot of songs get started at one date and then they get finished 3 months later, and that means I don't even start to ask for artists or look for video editors and artists until 3 months after the song started, and then it takes a bit longer. But because of that, I think it really helps get the vibes across of what the song, what type of MV and what type of illustration is needed. And ever since I started to do that, which I think basically ever since I had my Patreon, but more so I think in like since 2018, I feel like every visual has been connected with the song so smoothly, because you can when you hear the full song, you know what to expect.
Also, I reordered the slides a little bit if you want to refresh the slideshow, because I was reading Sakon's notes and I was like, wait, this should go on the other one.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah, sorry. Teehee. Teehee. Technical difficulties, please hold on. Please hold tight. What do they usually? I haven't watched TV in so long. I don't know what they actually put on TV for technical difficulties. It used to be like a flower, right? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so next slide. So after we got these sketches, we gave them feedback, and we were like, yeah, so these are the poses we liked. We liked the second one and the fifth one, and so they gave us more refined sketches of, B. They did a adjustment for B, which is what we ended up going with, B2. And then the next slide is this one. So these are the adjusted sketches with the background as well.
And you can see the background's already ridiculous.
It's already ridiculous. Like they're like, yeah, here's our sketch. I was like, and then the next notes, and you'll see why I just did it. It fades in now. So after they sent over the last sketches, so I remember the feedback I gave them was like, one, to change the colors to a slightly dark. I think I sent them a specific picture of the ocean, and I was like, I wanted kind of a darker, deeper blue. I said I wanted the I don't know if it was me or you or us collectively, but I remember I or we, I don't remember, said that like wanted the waves to be kind of like higher up in the background. If you go back to the previous ones, they're kind of a little bit low. And so yeah, you can see like they're kind of low. They're not really like surrounding her, and so I was thinking like, oh, kind of the point of the song is that if she feels like she's being drowned, she feels that she's like everything is like caving in on her. So I wanted the waves to kind of like wash up more over her, and so they're kind of higher and closer to her.
Yeah.
And then if you turn on the notes too, I guess I'll just read this. Sakon says, so from the previous question, now I got a more exact reference of what kind of blue that will be used. I applied to this draft, which I made more detailed to see how it will look like. View pose is eliminated, and there's a discussion between these three, and B2 is the chosen one. Yay! In this draft, we decided to let go of the rock and let Hai standing because it gives a more deep feeling of feeling fully surrounded by the ocean. And I remember that I was like, I think the rock is cool, but I want her to be like in the water, like girl help him in the water.
Yeah,
like, she's drowning, she's standing in it, like that kind of thing.
Also, hi audio. Sorry.
Hi audio. Hi.
Hello.
Also, Hamster Goddess. Thank you. I use Adobe After Effects. I don't recommend it. People always ask me like, what program to use? I'm like, After Effects. Don't use it. But yeah, so we got these and we're like, whoa, and so we ended up going B2.
Yeah. I loved how the waves framed, like the foreground waves.
Super cool.
Gorgeous. I really loved that, like almost immediately going to be swallowed up by the tide type of visual.
Sorry, I'm drinking.
And then we got more cleaned up sketches, and which is already ridiculously gorgeous.
Ridiculous, yeah.
Ridiculous.
I really loved how they interpreted my scratchy ass like black dress design, and they made it look so cool.
They made it so awesome. I love how it's flowing and how it's the shapes and everything. It turned out incredible.
It turned out incredible. I don't think it's mentioned, but I did ask them to separate out all the wave layers, so it has that 3D effect that you.
I think it was mentioned.
2.5D. Did I mention that?
It's multi-layered illustration. Yeah, right. So
here it mentions it. We haven't mentioned it before.
In Sakom's notes for this one, Sako made a clean sketch based on B2, the chosen pose. made the waves more detailed and made sure the edge is clean enough since it will be animated. It is a multi-layered illustration, so they'll always presenting the progress with and without the waves, the upper and the lower versions. Whoops. Spoilers.
Yeah.
So you can see how there's the background waves and then the foreground waves because, Rice, you could probably talk more about why.
Yeah, so the 2.5 effect, which I think is what it's technically called. So basically, they just a bunch of the waves are just separated out. I think it was like 9 to 10 layers of waves, and so you really get that cool sense of depth when you're like, I put them all in 3D layers, I drew the camera around, and so this is really cool sense of depth, and I just think it's so cool. It looks so cool.
It's so cool, and the illustration really like worked perfectly with it, and the
parallax, kind of.
Oh yeah, and the final illustration is so gorgeous. It's ridiculously gorgeous.
Like we could just kept looking at it. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, when it was sent, I was like, oh my gosh.
You're like, whoa. Like it got like blown away like an anime. Like, what?
Because I really I think there's more notes that Sakon's left. But I really loved, because I love, obviously I like the character design, I like the illustration, I like Hai being there. But with my songs and with a lot of visuals that I imagine with my songs, I think of settings and scenes and like the backgrounds and the landscapes and all that type of stuff. And I thought that Sakon's way that they did the motion of the water and the ocean and the
like
feeling,
it's all crashing and choppy, it's so cool,
and it worked perfectly with the song.
It's so cool. And Sakon has some notes, which I just kind of slapped him. It's being covered. I'll read it. Oh god, it's really being covered. And Sakon says, and ta-da, it's finished. Since the scenery and the ocean is quite dark, I kept Hai brightness so she still stands out. Keeping her blue vibrant will keep us glance at it since people are attracted to something glowing different. You can see that she kind of has the glow around her.
Yeah.
There's bottom part of her leg that was drowned, so I made 2 versions, 1 the normal and 2 the drowned one. Just need to clip some layer with low opacity, I guess around 40 to 70%, to give transparent water feels, and also add some splash and water sprinkles to give water effect. Usually I just let my hand moving so to be honest, I don't actually go to explaining with words in the process of making illustration. I think they did a pretty good job though.
And I think that's kind of why I'm gonna go back so we can look at this. That's why the water feels so fluid. I mean, but like and smooth, because Sakon just kind of went with the flow, you know, like
yeah.
And I think that's part of why I really think because Sakon is an incredibly detailed illustrator, and they're so incredibly skilled and so awesome. But I feel like also asking them to draw water I was really happy about that, because that definitely seems to be one of their strengths.
Fit like a glove.
It was.
Yeah, I hope they
perfectly. Yeah.
I am like glad that we got to kind of hear their backstory. Their like not backstory. Their explaining their process, because I was curious about why like Hai had the glow effect on her.
Yeah.
And so now that I know, it's like she stands out against the water. I'm like, oh duh. And so smart.
It really does make sense, and it looks great. This illustration is so gorgeous.
It's so good.
And I feel like
everyone say thank you, Sakon.
Thank you, Sakon.
Thank you, Sakon. And don't forget to follow Sakon on Twitter.com.
Yeah. And I feel like I was really excited
$700
to get Sakon to illustrate my first. This is technically the first Hai song, right?
The first released Hai song.
Yeah. Right? And because Hai still, even after all this time, is my favorite synth. And the amount of like love that I show to like Luca, and I used to show to Miki. Her time will come, I promise. Is also kind of like I've kind of adopted Hai under my like I love this vocal synth. I'm gonna, do my best to give them as best content as I can, and as best songs and stuff. And I feel like seeing the first Hai song have such a gorgeous illustration just made me really happy to be like, I got to. It's that feeling of like, even though it's for a song and even though it's for an MV, which is in itself is already incredible, It's already a really cool feeling. I also had that just feeling of, you know, like when you commission an artist to draw your favorite character, you know? So even if this wasn't going to be for a song, which I'm glad it is, I was just like really happy and excited about it because I was like, I got a gorgeous illustration of what my favorite Synth character.
It's your daughter.
Yeah.
Putting a picture of her in your wallet.
Yeah.
Pretty the sound framing it in your home.
Right. So I think that's the last slide.
It.
So now, if you have any questions about the song or the video or just anything for both either me or Rice, not Sakon. Sakon's not here.
Sakon's not here. Sorry.
We'll be happy to answer
just ask away anything.
Yeah.
I guess while we're waiting for that, I did put some color correction on the video just a little bit because after center, I was working on center stage and enough at the same time because, you know, same release month, and so after I put color correction on center stage, I was like, what if I put some color correction on enough? I don't think I needed to. Obviously, Sakon's art is already gorgeous, but I am kind of happy with how it looked.
I think it came out incredible. I'm so happy with the MV.
What was the electric ball on the songwriting slide? That's a visualizer, right?
Yeah, it's a visualizer. That's kind of like the wave.
Yeah, you know when you have like the waveform, it's just like a funky one.
Yeah.
Shadow thing. How did you make her English sound so clean? I almost thought she was an English voice bank. I wish she was.
Yeah, so before Synth got the cross-lingual ability where every voice bank has become multilingual or can speak in every AI voice bank can speak in 3 languages, I was immediately drawn to all of the quad dimension vocals because after I got Hai, I initially just heard her in Chinese and I was like, I like her. And then I speak English, so I was like, well, let's try and make her sing in English. Let's see what this process is like. And I realized that it's just really easy with Synth.
Synth makes it so easy.
Like,
if you have ever tried to make a Chinese vocal lead sing in English, you'll know it's a nightmare because I'm not sure how I'm sure it's some amazing feat of programming, but however they program the Chinese voice banks in Vocaloid makes it so you can't separate consonants from vowels. Like, well, some of them can, but some of them, like if you want like Mocha to say like s, you can't. He has to say s or else he won't make the sound. Like there has to be a vowel, so that's why like when you hear Chinese voice banks like speaking English, it sounds so choppy. It's because like that's why. But Synth doesn't have that because Synth goated.
Yeah. So I remember because I also did another song. I think the first English Synth test I did was with Song Chung and made her sing Bad Apple. And that I just kind of did a bunch of tests to see if it was possible, and it was very easy. And I think some voice banks work better than others, but I think Hai has such a strong tone that sounds pretty clear in English.
Also, Circus is just a tuning wizard also.
Sometimes.
All the time, always. Circus, how many vocal synths do you actually have?
I haven't really counted, but it's probably in like over 100.
At least 100.
Yeah.
Rice, how do you do it when you start making an MV? Like, how does your process of it look? I go on a walk usually, and I play the song over and over and loop in my head, and I make a little AMV in my head. You know when you do that when you're like on car rides or whatever?
I do that all the time.
For work.
Yeah.
And then I just do it. I'm sorry, I don't. If people ask me like, "What's your process of making videos?" I'm like, I don't know. I just make little videos in my head and then I put them into After Effects.
You just gotta like pick a direction and go.
Yeah. Sometimes like I'll like write down like draw down like a storyboard and animatic. Like I did that for like Falling Out of Love and other stuff. But that's one because I always was just intending to throw the camera around because the MV is so stunning. Why wouldn't I? Or the art is so stunning. Why wouldn't I? So that was kind of my thing. Still missed Circus. You said that the electronic dubstep thing was a big part of your old style. Is there any reason you stepped away from it, or did that drift sort of happen?
I stepped away from it because I wanted to experiment. I kind of did that because it was what I considered cool to listen to and what I thought other people would find cool. And I do genuinely love EDM and a lot of different styles, but I focused on like the dubsteppy style because it was very trendy in like 2013, 2014. And I'm always kind of into whatever's trendy, just not even in a trend chaser sort of way, just in a like, if it's there, I tend to see it and I'm like, wow, this is cool. So I used to use it a lot, and then it became a foundation of my style, but I started to be like, well, I like a lot of other genres as well outside of like dubstep and EDM, so what if I try and write some like pop music, some like upbeat pop, some like rock.
I think CM1A project has really showcased like Circus's like range. Like it's incredible. Have y'all listened to Dolphin? Have y'all heard Treat Me So Right? It's incredible.
I mean, I don't think I have the widest musical range, but I do like to.
He does.
I like to well, no, but I like to
Yes.
do like some genre experimentations within what I enjoy, because I tend to always like the more electronic and pop and stuff like that.
He
like,
has the range.
I don't. Well,
He has the range.
I have the range within electronic styles.
He has the range.
Because I'm wary of saying that I have the range, because someone's immediately going to be like, "Oh, well, do you do jazz?" And I'm like, "No."
You like jazz?
So you like jazz? No, I don't.
Circus, what programs do you recommend for making Vocaloid music?
I use FL Studio to write the songs. But that's just one of many digital audio workstations, also known as DAWs, and you can use
audio workstation.
You can use many to write whatever you want to write. They vary in price. I got FL Studio for very cheap. I got like the signature bundle for like, I think the price of like, I think it cost less than Luca. I think it was like $100.
I think FL Studio is like around $230 or $300 now, but it's a one-time payment and it's not a subscription service, and you get access to updates all the time. So like FL Studio is like one of those things like you can pirate it, but it's actually better if you buy it because then you get all the updates.
Oh yeah, true. But there's also a lot of free ones. Like I think, do people still use Reaper?
I think some people still use Reaper. GarageBand is free, right? But that's for Mac. Let's see. I like the use of shapes and their motion. The MV is symbolic. Thank you. I tried my best. That part was so I made most of the MV like a year ago, and then I just let it sit, and then I went back and watched, and I was like, wow, this part is like originally there was nothing there, and I was like, this is so underwhelming. So I added stuff. How'd you get Hai to do the breathy 1, 2 in the final chorus?
Oh, that's not Hai.
Yeah, I keep looking at you like you're next to me or something. I'm like turning away from the mic. What do you think?
So I remember, because I was also, I think at the time I think fairly recently got Kizuna Akari, and Kizuna Akari and Yuzuki Yukari come with X voice samples, and it's like them.
Oh, they're the samples?
Yeah. So it's like recordings of them going like, I think Yukari is doing the whispery like 1, 2, but then the pitch down higher vocal is Akari, you know. She's doing fun. So it's both of them layered. And
they're in there now. They'll be added on the vocal TV.
Oh yeah, and then the scream. Well, it's because the laughter is also them. And
oh yeah, wait, I remember that. We were picking out laughter. We were like going through their files and finding an appropriate laugh.
Yeah, and then at the end, the scream is Yukari.
Funny. Everyone wants you to make jazz music.
Well, at least now they're not asking me to make rock. I got you. I won.
Will you ever use Ace Studio?
Okay. I downloaded and tried out Ace Studio, and it's pretty good. It definitely it's in beta still, but
needs some polishing.
It needs a little bit of polish in the UI, but it sounds incredible. You might see like a cover on my cover channel at some point with Ace, but for me to use it in an original song, it needs to have English capabilities at this point, because they've kind of promised it. Well, not promised. They've alluded to having the ability to make all of their AI voices sing in English, and I'm like, if that's on the horizon, I will definitely use it, but I'm gonna wait. So I'll use Ace when Tianyi can sing in English.
How do you recommend making self voice song covers without actual equipment?
Well, how do you recommend?
If you're like on your phone.
Oh, like singing your own songs, but without equipment?
No, they want to cover your songs, like Last of Me or Goodbye or something. Alex
Oh.
Wood. They have a Kohane icon also.
Oh, Kohane is so true. Without equipment. I think you can start with your phone. Yeah.
I think phone microphones are actually decent quality. Just don't like scream into them or anything.
Yeah.
You might run into some trouble with mixing though.
Yeah. I think you can make almost any microphone work with proper mixing. Well, to a degree, of course, but
yeah.
I think it's mostly in the mixing and the...
Hey, do you want to go back and look at the high art while we're doing Q&A?
Maybe. Hold on. Sure.
Anyways. Audio says to do rock.
Keep an eye out, I guess.
Audio could record guitars for you.
Are you offering instead of audio? Are you... You're just
audio could, in theory, if asked. Maybe. You could ask audio.
I think audio's got plenty of incredible projects going on right now, which you guys should go follow and keep an eye out on.
You guys should go follow audio. Have some good old bluegrass.
Oh boy.
I was listening to country music today in the dark period. I think I kind of like country music. I think this is my character progression.
Do you like country music? Yeah, it's good sometimes.
I think so, yeah. I think we should make country. I remember I was talking to Circus a while ago. Like, I want to make country music. How do you make it sound like country music? And Circus is like the live instruments.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so I can't really. I would like to make country music, but I can't.
Yeah. You can probably get VSTs and stuff to do electro country.
Yeah, but is it the same? Or it could be like Avicii, who did like EDM country music.
Oh yeah, true.
That's what it was.
Yeah, basically.
It would be cool if Project Sekai commissioned you. I agree. Do you ever think that would ever happen? I hope so. We have no say in the matter.
I think it would be cool, but yeah, we have no say in the matter. I'm not sure if it would ever happen because I don't write in Japanese. All my lyrics are in English. I don't think they could. Unless they like.
We could get a lyricist. Maybe if they gave us a lyricist.
Yeah, but like, yeah,
But also like, Vivid Bad Squad could do it. They covered Echo. They could do it. Hello, Mafuyu's talent is English. She could do it.
So I'm just gonna say, if they asked me, I wouldn't say
make it
no,
happen.
But.
But they have to ask. Will you remix if his Hai ever gets her AI plus update like Sangseong?
Depends on when that happens. I think if she gets it by a certain...
if it comes before like CMYK comes out, maybe
we'll see if it happens before the end of the year, then maybe. But I'm also pretty wary of, I think my process with the song, my thought process always was, I know that the AI voice banks in SynthV, they have a different type of range than the standard voice banks. So I was planning to just redo the verses if she got an AI plus voice bank, because I know that AI would not be able to do the same type of belting that their standard voice bank can do at those high notes. I even tested out, I think, like the unedited like SVP, or was it edited? I don't know. I did it with Solaria's new like belting or whatever, power mode, and it was good, but it wasn't like the same level of belting that just standard high can do. So I feel like I would always mix the standard and AI voice bank. So if it came out, I might redo this, but it would only be redoing the verses to make them more clear, and the chorus would probably still sound exactly the same.
Alice asked, "Where is the entire?" Jesus, sorry, I have the hiccups. Where's an entire Big Al song? Circus wrote one for a collaboration album.
Yeah, I wrote
the Big Alliance.
There's the Big Alliance. I literally wrote a song called Royalty.
It just doesn't have an MV.
It just doesn't have an MV, but it's on. There's an entire Big Al album.
The Big Alliance. You can see like all of Circus's like collaboration albums on his website here. Sorry, hiccups.
It's all good.
I'm drinking some water. Gah.
Don't die. But yeah, I've written a full Big. I've had a full Big Al song done since 2019. That's when that came out, right? Like 2019. It's
Don't ask me.
20. It's been 2 years of me having a full Big Al song. It exists.
There are a lot of songs out there that don't have MVs.
Yeah.
Just gotta look for them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're even on the very first track. Even that's funny.
Yeah. I also
They're out there.
I wrote an Ivana song for was it 2020 Harvest of
2020 Harvest of Ivana. Yep.
And I've also One Day, which was on Yellow, was written for
Dex and Dinah's
5th anniversary, and then Center Stage was written for the Harbor of Drifting Blue Kaito anniversary. So I have a lot of songs that are on compilation albums, and some of them I pick up and put on albums, and some of them I just let be there.
Collect dust in the corner.
I like to see it as if
Putting them up on a wall.
If someone comes across this album, they're like, wait, Circus wrote a song for this, and it's a song I've never heard. I want them to find like they've found a secret gem or something. Which is a bit vain to say, but I think it's funny.
I think that's fair. We are like at about time, so we can probably answer like 1 or 2 or 3 more questions.
Yeah. So if you guys have
we try to keep this around an hour.
Yeah. If you guys have 1 or 2 more questions, we can answer them.
Are you planning more re-releases like one day? Are you?
Let me think. Am I?
Are we? I don't think anything.
Oh yeah.
Upcoming.
One. There's one.
We are. Oh, okay.
There's one that it'll be a while, but there's one song that's already released that's going to be coming out later. It was teased as in the audio in the teaser, I think, for the first.
Oh yeah, okay. So not to sound vain, but I am a little bit bummed that no one's like hyper analyzing the teaser now that all these projects are coming out. We're halfway through.
If you go back and look at the first teaser, a lot of this was revealed.
A lot of them are done. I think enough is in the very first teaser that came out in January because it was done.
Yeah,
a lot of these were done.
Yeah,
by January already. Our timelines were crazy.
Yeah. You can really. Maybe you should link the teaser. Maybe you should.
I'm going right now. God. I feel like maybe this is on me, but I feel like I didn't we didn't advertise like CMYK properly enough at the beginning of the year. But
there was a lot happening. There was, I think, because Solaria was just coming out.
The Solaria demo just came out.
And I did genuinely want to put all my focus on Solaria because I'm still, not to completely derail this conversation, I'm still so proud that to see a Western vocal synth Kickstarter be so successful and create probably one of the best synth voice banks ever. Just, I feel so like, they did it.
Mm-hmm.
They won.
Any plans for a Pico song? He made a Pico song.
Yeah.
One exists. It's literally out. It's called Boku no Mono.
Yeah, it's even in Japanese.
Yeah, it's even in Japanese. If someone new to synth, what would the best be the best DAW to use?
With synth? I think any of them. But I think it has capabilities to be used in most DAWs. Like you can use it as a VST. So
any of them. We answered earlier like what DAWs to use. Just
but I said FL Studio. I use FL Studio, but it does cost money. Free DAWs are I think Reaper, but that's a very old
There
one.
is a free trial of FL Studio, and it gives you full capabilities. You just can't save your file, so you're gonna have to learn if you want to use the free version of. It's funny though. I remember I had this whole era where I was trying to be a producer, but I didn't want to buy FL Studio, so I just kind of tried to make songs in one sitting. It was funny.
That's funny.
Let's see. Rice, I swear you illustrated the MV for every Western Vocaloid song I've seen in the past year. Take care of yourself, okay? I'm trying my best. Also, how many of those Western Vocaloid songs are ones for Circus? Because I am doing a lot of his work.
Yeah, I've released a lot of songs this year, so you might have just been seeing
it. He's keeping me in his basement. But thank you. I'm doing my best. You will not see the last of me, unfortunately. Let's see. What are some things you add to a composition if it feels kind of dry? Like little details you like adding to spice it up.
I like to add a quick little reverb to a lot of stuff to make it feel like it's in a space. Depending on the type of style of music you're writing. Sometimes you want the perfectly dry sounding like it's just a track on like in the DAW, but sometimes you want it to sound like it's in a physical space. And I feel like that small bit of reverb, like not one, like with with a decay of like 0.03 seconds or something, you know, like really, really short, just makes it feel like it's in a space. And I think that that adds.
All right.
And there's a lot of other ways to go about it, but mixing and reverb, and never underestimate reverb and delay, and just any other effect, any other kind of swooshy effect as well. Like if you want to slowly oscillate like a flanger or like some type of sound to make it progress throughout the track, it will help make it sound more alive, I guess, and less dry and just flat. Yeah.
All right, I think we should wrap up because I want to go catch Kiza's stream after this.
Oh yeah. All right. So thank you all so much.
Yeah. So it's been an hour. So yeah.
This has been the after show for enough.
This has been the after show for enough.
Oh
my God, Iku, hi! Thank you.
Oh, Iku, hello! Love the song and video so much. Amazing work usual from both of you. Oh shucks, thank you, Iku.
But you came just in time.
Just in time. We're about to end the stream. But yeah, so
we do these after every release though. So you know, every Saturday 7. Usually around 7. Depends on the artist schedule.
Yeah. So that was. Let's see. We have another. Oh gosh, we really have to pick up next month's song.
Yeah. I have to finish next month's MV. Hey, we'll see you next time.
Yeah,
we'll see you in a month.
We're busy. We've got a lot of stuff to do.
We're busy. But thank you for coming. This will be unlisted in the description if you came in late or you had to go. I mean, if you had to go, I guess you're not here anymore. But this will be unlisted. It'll probably also be on the website. I have to make the song page on the website. I'll go do that. But thank you for watching Enough.
Thank you for coming to this stream. And thank you for listening to Enough. Enough and Center Stage will both be on Cyan, which should be available for pre-order soon. I'm waiting. Haven't fully decided if I'm going to wait to make the pre-orders available with the next song release or a bit early, because the next few weeks for me are going to be a bit hectic, but we'll see how it goes. But the pre-orders for the EP should be very soon, and once those pre-orders are up, you'll be able to get the MP3s of both Center Stage and Enough right away, and well, at least on Bandcamp. And yeah, thank you so much for your support on the first 2 songs for Cyan. We're just a little over halfway through CMYK.
You can read more about CMYK on that website over here.
And we've got a lot more coming up, and I've got to say, I'm really excited to show you guys some of the future MVs and songs as well.
But thank you so much. Please send it up to all of your friends. Be like, yo, Circus P made a Hayu song?
Yeah.
It's sad? Whoa!
Water, ocean. Yeah, it's just unrestrained fun summer vibes in this
Unrestrained summer fun.
Yeah. But thank you all so much for stopping by. And
Sad Girl Summer.
Sad Girl Summer. See you in the next after show, and see you in the next song.
See you next month. All right. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Bye.
Watch out. Bye.
Bye. Bye.